Hello, this is Shirley from Alaska. But I have a machine in my shop, and it's called the compass, and you can lay your hand on it for 5 minutes, and I do first all the products I have in the shop, see what your body needs, because it goes around the body 3 different times, and see where you're out of balance, and then put you back into balance. And then the second one we do is the body cleanse, to see what you need to clean your body out, or if you need anything. Some people don't. I have some kids come in here, they don't, and other kids, they have a big long list. Depends on how bad you eat. It's what you put in your mouth, is how you do. It's like, sometimes it's like a garbage disposal, because people don't put food in their mouth, they put chemicals in their mouth. Big difference, big difference. And then the third thing we do is the emotions, and this is what I'm going to speak about. This is called flower essence, and this is for your emotions, and you can heal with flowers. And people says, well, they've never really heard of this, but it's called cell memory. A lot of times things happen into your life, and especially when you're a child, or let's say your mama was pregnant and she went through something that's really bad. Well, the cell, it's got a cell memory in there, and you may get brand new cells every 90 days to 120 days, but it's locked in that cell, and when it comes back around, you still feel that away. It comes back around every 90 days, you still feel that away, and those emotions keep coming up, and they keep coming up because you got cell memory locked in there. Well, these flower essence, flower, when it does in the morning, it opens up and releases, and they put these flowers in there, and it releases the memory, especially a bad memory, or like death, or we've got one that's really good. It's called distress. I'm going to talk about distress remedy a little bit today, and more next week. But distress remedy, especially good at a funeral or during an accident. Even when I broke my leg, I should have been putting that down me, but I didn't. And because you forget what to do. But I had a Russian lady, came in and bought everything I had on distress remedy. I said, why are you buying so many? She said, I'm going to a funeral. She remembered the teaching. I was so impressed that, when you're going through a death, a lot of times you forget everything. But she remembered, and she was going to put this underneath everybody's tongue as they came in. So, yeah. Okay, healing with flower essence. We have 7 different flower essence, and we'll go through the 7, just a sentence of each, so you can understand. We can give it to children, you can give it to adults, you can spray it in the air. I mean, it has worked, especially with dogs when they have to go get a shot, or when they have to go get a bath and they don't want to take a bath. Some of these little dogs do not want to do nothing. Well, you can spray it. You can put it on the tongue, or you can put it on the bottom of their feet. But flower essence blends can be used to help balance and heal our emotions. They can be used both to correct imbalance in our basic mood, like a first aid remedy. A flower essence are vibration remedies made from flowers of plants. They are used to help people to find healing on the emotional level. And what's so neat about my compass, when you put your hand on it for the emotion, it tells you which flower energy that you need at that moment. I mean, distress remedy hits anybody, because it just balances you right back out. But when you get on the machine, it tells you directly which one you need, and it tells you the number beside it. Dr. Eldred Bach began to notice that certain illness tends to go with certain personality traits. He also noticed that patients' emotional state had to do with healing. He mentioned that vibration or energy of the plant with the emotional vibration of the person. Just as herbal blends can make it easier for a beginner to get benefits of the herbs, flower essence blends can help people with little or no training to get benefits of flower essence. A flower essence captures the vibration of the plant personality, which helps your own emotional energy learn how to acquire the same personality trait. When we take the energy of the plant eternally, it can teach us how to cope with what we are facing. when we are taking a flower, it's easy, can break through, that we have things blocked in our heart. Where we are and what we really feel and drink, it can help us face feelings we are not acknowledging and are simply blaming on others. This increases awareness. It helps us to make constructive changes in our thoughts and behaviors, which gives us back to center emotion. It leads to increased feelings and peace, calmness, and happiness. Now, the first one that we have is the distress remedy. Distress remedy is the basic remedy for helping us to be more emotional centered. So that's the one that everybody can have, distress remedy. And I had a lady that walked in last week, and her mother-in-law had a stroke. And after she had the stroke, once in a while when she gets frustrated because there's things that she can't do after having a stroke, her blood pressure goes up high. But she found out if she gave her distress remedy, it goes right back down again. So she came in and she said, I cannot run out of this. She said, this works beautiful with my mother-in-law till she can get all her feeling back in her arm and legs and everything like that. She said it really helps her. So I thought, you can learn from your customers too. And I thought that was really neat. I mean, I know to use it on children and adults, to calm them down and things like that, but I never thought about after a stroke. Distress remedy promotes awareness in traumatic situations. It eases stress. It promotes self-awareness, enlightenment. It's a good remedy to use whenever someone is emotionally off balance. The second one is keep cool. Now, keep cool I know about because I have ladies that love this stuff for their husband. They put the drops in their fruit drink or something, whatever they're going to feed their husband, and don't even tell their husband about it, but it controls the temper. And its Keep Cool blend helps to ease feeling of anger, irritability. It helps a person to learn to control their temper, to work through problems by communicating rather than fighting. And I just thought that was so good. But every time I see it comes up with people, all I do is tell them, you're really, really nice, but when you get mad, you really get mad, and you go over here and you really get mad. And they go, you're right. Why? Yeah. But anyway, most of the time they take it because they know that a lot of times they get out of control of being mad. But two, there's another reason why you can get upset too, is when you have low blood sugar. If you haven't eaten, I think everybody should start out with protein in the morning, protein in the afternoon, protein in the evening, and if you do, it balances your blood sugar so you don't have trouble. But people like to go without food, and then they get mean and ugly, and then they say things they don't want to say, and that's because they got low blood sugar. And to me, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, finding strength is the third one, and it's when a person lacks ability to get in touch with their anger and stand up to abuse. Finding strength can help rebuild the energy, promotes healthy personal boundaries, the ability to stand one's ground and say no to unreasonable expectation and demands, and the ability to fight back when one is being taken advantage of or abused. So that one is really good, finding strength. A lot of women comes in and get that one. And then release it is when a person is grieving any kind of loss. Release it can help them move through their grief. Release can lost and found comfort and healing. It helps a person to let go of the past and find inner strength to carry on. And also good for people who feels like they are a victim in life. The number 5 is open heart. Open heart people have been deeply wounded. They have difficult time in trusting others, are sensitive, feeling sensitive, or compassion. Will benefit from open heart. It helps a person to face the past hurt, emotional wounds, and open their heart again to love. Number 6 is be courageous. Be courageous. A lot of the teenagers come up. I mean, almost every teenager, they put their hand on there. Be courageous. Courageous helps a person to face their fears, and courageous flower enhances, aids a person in feeling of discouragement, self-confidence, and it helps a person to overcome their fears and aids decision making by helping a person have more trust in their own judgment. And number 6 is, no, that's number 7. Number 7 is be responsible. Be responsible is they dodge their pain, their difficult decision in life by engaging defeating behaviors. It takes awareness and sense of responsibility to overcome being addictive, compulsive, or self-defeating behavior. Be responsible, able, helps a person get in touch with the emotions that are driving their dysfunction behavior so they can start making better decisions. Some people, they can't let go of different things. They can't let go of their sugar or their caffeine, or they just can't let go of alcohol. They can't let go of just being mean and ugly, and this helps to balance them out. The normal way to take a flower essence is 4 to 10 drops under the tongue and hold it there for a few seconds and then swallow, using smaller doses for children and pets and larger amounts for adults. The best is to separate flower essence. If you're taking more than one, then take one and then wait 15 minutes so they don't interfere with one another, because each one of them's got 5 to 6 different flowers in them, and you want that flower to take a hold of that cell, because you have millions of cells and you want to take it. In acute crisis, you can take up to 4 to 10 drops every 2 hours after an accident or news of death in the family. Take distress remedy or release it. When using more than one flower remedy, take them at different times of the day. Taking them at the same time will tend to lessen their effectiveness. Flower essence can also be applied topically. They can help. They not only aids emotional healing, they can do physical healing, because some of them's got onycha in it, and it literally, like if you got an open cut or something, it literally heals it. Distress remedy can be applied topical and help with minor injuries and heals faster. Flower essence can be added to a drinking of water or in your bath. Make this spray out of 10 drops of flower essence to 4 ounces of water, or 5 drops in 2-ounce bottle. And then what you do is you shake it vertical, up and down, around 10 to 20 times, shaking it up and down and this activates the remedy. You can spray it, and I have a teacher that she sprays it before the kids get there. There's not really a spray. They taste really good, but it calms the kids. They use it a lot for a lot of kids that's, hyperactive, and it just calms them down. Honestly, it works really, really good. Spray the mixture in the air to clear the air of negative emotional energy. You can add a few drops of essential oil. Distress remedy makes a good flower essence spray. Keep cool. For people who are losing their temperature, you can have it in their purse, and they can just stop. If they feel the kids are starting to fight or their husband is saying things negative, just start spraying it in the air, and they don't really. If you don't have to tell them, but sometimes they do. They go, "Oh, she's got her anger medicine out." Finding strength is to clear air of negativity, energy in other people. Because, you get some people, they just plain old negative. Just start spraying it. Release it. It lightens and brightens the people's spirit after hearing bad news. Flower essence usually work within minutes in the emotional situation. If you avoid contamination, the flower essence, don't touch your tongue to the dropper. If you do, it doesn't last as long, but if you don't touch your tongue to the dropper, that should be effective for many years without refrigeration, and keep it away from any kind of pollution such as the microwave oven, computers, and TV sets. They've got all this electromagnetic, and it takes the energy away. Fluorescence won't work for people who are in love with their problems or aren't ready to face the problems or make changes. You have to want to be changing. Fluorescence are vibration remedies made from floral plants. They are used to help a person to find healing on an emotional and mental level. So I hope you learn something about fluorescence, because they're good and they work on children, everybody, because they're just flowers. That's it. Have a great day.